Evening, guys. Welcome back to another episode 106. Hope everyone is doing well. As always, keep up the quality support. Thanks for the support on the previous episode, and thanks for the support on the reaction as well. Finally, a home win. Finally, it's only one win. I'm not, even though we're all very happy and rightly so after that win. Yeah, we still got plenty of work to do, but yeah, we'll enjoy it while it's there. But yeah, thanks to everyone that are tuning in live. Thanks to everyone that watches after. Yeah, just keep up the quality support. As always, check out the sponsor, Adam Purnell, ERG DMY Decorating. His link and description, and his number, etc. and details are all in the comments, and make sure you help him out because he is supporting and helping us out. Yeah, just me and Josh. Just me and Neil tonight because, yeah, Josh is bit busy tonight with the missus, so that's fair enough. He can enjoy and relax. But yeah, Neil, how are you, mate? Good?
Yeah, mate. No sweat. You good?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, all good, mate. Bit giddy, but I mean, you've got to be in it after we haven't won a home game in God knows, I think it is, 5 months. So yeah, finally we've got that win. Yeah, evening to Ford on Blue, evening lads, good bowling, score our kid. Yeah, to Neil's tweet, winning at Oxford away, love it. Massive gas saying Con Hurricane. Yeah, massive gas, even into you, mate. When Rovers win and City lose, yeah, that was amazing. Even that game on Friday was a bit mad because I got in from work and I was knackered, so I had a nap for about an hour and a half. And my brother come in to wake me up. He said, "Oh, have you seen the City score?" I'm like, "No, they're 3-0 down." I was like, "Wow." And obviously, yeah, they lost 5-0. But yeah, that ain't happened in a long time, them losing and us winning. But yeah, that even made the weekend better. Got to celebrate 8 goals over the weekend. Yeah, even into Thomas Buck as well. And yeah, even into everyone else. Ben Gill is back. Rovers are back, mate. Yeah, Rovers are back. Yeah, it was good. Even in all, saying Chris, we need to follow up Saturday with another win. Yeah, 100%. And yeah, talking about Elliot Anderson and yeah, Yusuf Cambridge. Yeah, plenty of stuff to get into. Even in Georgia Gas as well, WJHC. Tom Butler as well. Let's enjoy the win, but remember we've got a lot harder tests. Absolutely. David Spence, even to you. Up the Moroccan Maradona. And Mike Noen saying Ando MK2 superb win, but let's be cautious, saying Vaughan, even to you as well. And Clinton Javi Mola. I mean, the best one about Mola is Casamola, what Ben said. Unbelievable, Casamola. But yeah, getting all your thoughts. If you've got any other questions, leave them in. Of course, if you're watching after, then leave your thoughts and leave any comments and leave your score predictions as well. We'll obviously get into Walsall in a bit, but I just want to go over a few little things that most of you would have probably seen it if you're on Twitter or if you're online. But I want to go for a few things that Alistair Durden said, just as a little roundup. But some of you might already know this, but I'll go into that. Then we'll quickly chat about certain little things before we go into the game. But yeah, we'll save the game and plenty of time to chat. But he basically said Evans still wants 3 or 4 players. One deal will not be happening because an international manager doesn't want their player coming to League Two. I don't know who the player is, but I'm just taking a guess. A name that I've heard is Jamie Reid, who Evans had at Stevenage, because he plays internationally for Northern Ireland, but that's just a guess. That I don't know anything on that. As we know about the 6-figure bid, but that could be anything from 100k to 500-600. Also, apparently the owners do not want any outgoings, but Evans will assess and make recommendations. That's interesting to point out. Hutchinson still in our thoughts. We'll get onto that in a second as well. Lockyer has had an injection and it is out for 10 days. Yeah, he obviously missed the last few games. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, we'll get into those little bits. Yeah, we knew about the 6-figure bid for the striker. We know deadline day is coming up tomorrow. I'm sure we're going to be very busy. Yeah, I would expect 3 or 4. We seen he was, trying to big up Southwood in his interview as well. As we know, Brad Young started again and got his first clean sheet. But yeah, what do you make on the owners not not wanting anyone to go. I mean, because I still think. I mean, I said we spoke about it a lot on the last pod. Obviously, it was only a few days ago, but we spoke about Hutchinson. I said after that clap at MK, and then not seeing him in the squad, I was like, wow, that's mad. But obviously, Evans is going to say that. Even if he's leaving, he's going to say he's in our thoughts. I still think he'll be off. Apparently, he was at the Cheltenham game. I'm not too sure, though. I'm not seeing any pictures or whatever. So, yeah, what do you make of some of the stuff that he said? He's obviously bigged up Southwood, even though there's been talk of him going. And Hutchinson is a strange one, but also I still feel it's a bit weird with that, because obviously we want him to come back and do well, but on the other hand, if he doesn't want to be here, then it's fair enough, because I think Evans only done it to sort of obviously try and weaken them. What's your thoughts on that? With the striker international manager don't want, and then your thoughts on Hutchinson and the fact that the owners don't want any outgoings.
Like I said in the week, mate, absolute pinch of salt with whatever Evans comes out with. Like I said, when he came in first couple of weeks, did all the right things, said all the right things, but eventually, like everyone does, whether you've done a load of weight or not, and you think you're a new man, you'll always revert back to type. And the fact is, he lies through his teeth. He always has done. All his managerial, he lies through his teeth. He lies to his fans. He lies to the media. Whatever suits him, he'll say. I won't buy into any of it. Like, I mean, I don't know where you want me to start. I mean, look, the Hutchinson one is one big mess that he's created himself, quite frankly. Whatever went on with Hutchinson prior to Evans went on. Like, Clark handled him awfully. Went out to Cheltenham and started carving up, so everyone starts taking notice. But then he actively went and got him back. Like, Hutchinson didn't bang on his door, kicking and screaming to come back to the football club. He actively seek to go and return, because ultimately he's a Bristol Rovers employee. He does what he's told. And as reports would suggest, sat him down, really good conversation, really want him to be part of the plans. He's bought in this, and do you know why he's bought in? Because you've lied through your teeth to him and told him that you're going to be part of something where he's gone and played League Two football, carved up the league, playing for a really a minnow in the league. You've brought him back here and just wasted his time. Absolutely, just wasted his time. So as a whole, his career probably at Bristol Rovers Football Club, he's been messed around by manager and club since he's arrived, really. Like, I know Taylor came in, but Taylor didn't know what to do with him. Like, he played him all over the place. He didn't know what to do with him. So he's been brought back. He's played him in the 2 Bob Cup, sat him on a bench, and when he has brought him on, he's grazed the top of the bar and opened the door as soon as he's come on the pitch. Played him away at Salford in a game of boom ball, which no one's got a hope and prayer of doing. But if you're calculated about it, it's all designed with Cheltenham in mind. I'm going to bring him back. I'm going to say all this to the media and the fans. I'm going to give it the big un. He's a massive part of what we want to use, etc. Trying to get Cheltenham to prick their ears up and come knocking with a money bid. And Cheltenham and Cottrell, they've played him like a fiddle, because they've just sat on their hands and gone, nah, I'm all right. We'll sit tight. We don't come in for him. We'll just sit tight. He's your problem now. Do what you want to do with him. And now they're left with an headache where they've got a player that he clearly doesn't want to use. He clearly doesn't want to utilise him, doesn't want to use him. And like every football club in the country, you work to a budget, and you've got a player there now with 18 months left on his deal, on a salary, and that probably has to get moved on to bring players in the door. Now, if Cheltenham come in, it has to. It can't just be, I'm going to demand this, because the minutes are winding down to the window. So they're going to have to find a happy medium. But in that happy medium, Isaac Hutchinson is well within his rights to go, that don't suit me. I'm going to sit on what I'm just. If you want to train with the kids, cool. If you want to sit me in the stands, cool. But I'm going to get paid every penny of what you owe me.
Yeah.
So that budget gets swallowed. So
Mhm.
whatever he wants to do with that money that Isaac Hutchinson is entitled to and getting paid, he's stuck dealing with it because he's managed the situation terribly.
Yeah.
If it's me, if you look at it from the outside looking in,
Well, yeah,
I'd have left
you
him
do
at,
the same, wouldn't you?
I'd have left him at Cheltenham, because for all the talk of but you're helping Cheltenham, what he's also doing is taking points off other teams. He's helping Cheltenham take points off of teams around us, because Cheltenham will beat sides like the Shrewsburys, and they'll beat sides like who do you play Saturday? Sorry,
Newport.
Yeah, and sides like that, because that's the level they're at, and he was a major part of it.
Yeah.
And now you've just brought a kid back, lied through your teeth to him, made him miserable. For what? And you're probably not going to. You probably, if you move him on, you're probably not going to get what you'd want in that deal, because the minutes are ticking, and Cheltenham know that, like, they're not scrambling to get him because they don't hold any of the power. Hutchinson holds all the power in this.
Yeah.
Not the football club. He's just managed it awfully. And like, where is it ever come about that Isaac Hutchinson doesn't want to be at the football club? Where's it ever been seen or done? He came back, he had the conversation, he was under the impression that he was going to get minutes and play and be integral, and his managers lied to him and done nothing with him.
Yeah,
that's not Hutchinson's fault, is it? That's nothing to do with Hutchinson.
Yeah, it is crazy, to be honest. Like, it's mad. People in the comments saying Hutch will be gone, saying Harry. There's a comment as well from Mike. If so many managers question Hutch, perhaps it's him, in that he's that problem. At least he's not banging goals in for a rival. What's the problem? Yeah, it's all a bit mad, to be fair.
Look, football's a seedy industry, and I get what's the problem, but if you're gonna dial into it, you're messing around with a 25-year-old lad's career, because he was flying at Walsall, wasn't he? Absolutely flying. He's come here, and his career's been decimated.
Yeah, it is a bit of a mad situation, but I think, to be honest with you, obviously they had the conversation, but I didn't blame him for this, but I didn't think he'd want to come back in the first place, because he was loving it there. You know, after all, obviously what stuff happened, especially with like the abuse and obviously the phone call. But I mean, like you said, Evans will say, you know, whatever to try and make him what, but like, I just find it mad. The whole, but even like you said before, even with other managers with Hutchinson, like when Taylor come in, he was playing left wing, centre mid, number 10. Then and it's just a whole mad scenario, like it always is.
Why did Evans? If like, he's a football club employee, Evans didn't have to blow smoke up his ass. He could have gone, look, I'm sorry about this. This ain't going to suit you, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to pull you out of there, and you're going to come and sit on your ass, because that's the way we want to play this. But because then all Hutchinson can do is go, fair dues. It's not my cup of tea. It doesn't suit me. I'm not happy. But ultimately, you're going to do what you're going to do. And then he's in the picture. But what you've done is blown smoke up his ass to him and the fans and the media, and gone completely against it. Why? There would have been no harm. The reason he's done it is to try and engage Cheltenham into getting him out the door. And they've not nibbled.
Yeah, 100%. Well, it's going to be interesting, because obviously some other club could come in, but that's the thing, though, isn't it? Because I think he can go back on loan, or obviously if Cheltenham, but that's the thing, isn't it? You know, whatever fee they want. Obviously, other clubs can come and buy him, but he can't go on loan to any other club. So I don't know what's going to happen.
It's completely up to him regarding the personal terms.
Yeah.
The football club can go, we've agreed a fee, go and spit, and he could go, no, you're right. No thanks.
Yeah, you don't have
to. Happy with what I'm getting. He might not. It depends it depends what your motive is. If you want to play games and you're
he's going to want to play, though, isn't he? Surely.
It depends. Trust me. I know a lot that would rather look at the balance than the games played.
Yeah.
Not everybody. I'm not saying this is Isaac Hutchinson, but not everybody plays football because they love it. It's just that they just happen to be dead good at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can imagine. It's all a bit mad. Yeah, everyone's getting involved. Yeah, it's just mad. Yeah, something I don't know. What do you think will happen? Do you think he'll end up going back on loan, or do you think he'll just stay here until the summer maybe and then sort something out? Because like you said, he's got the rest of this season and next year, and then he's. What do you think? What do you think's going to happen?
I think if he does anything, it will be the loan move, because if you look at what he's done in League Two for obviously Walsall, and then he's gone to Cheltenham for a small area and done it. Like he can clearly operate to a high level in this division.
Yeah.
So does Cheltenham fit the bill permanently when he can probably get a better move on a longer deal for better money at another club if he holds tight until the summer? Mm-hmm. And plus, if you go on loan, you're in the window. You're constantly in the shop window because you're out there performing.
Yeah.
Whereas if that's the case, why bring him back in the first place? You just send him back to do the same thing.
Yeah,
I don't think the permanent. I think
he's messing with him, and he's
the permanent deal suits the football club. Yeah, but it probably doesn't suit Hutchinson.
Yeah, it's crazy. Someone saying Neil can't stand Evans, even to Phil.
Look, I'll tell you why I sit with Evans. Right, you cannot deny that the bloke can operate at League One, League Two level. He's a good manager, but I know you can't have it all. He's just a bit of a prick sometimes, isn't he? It's just how it is. Like
most managers,
like all of his teams and every single club he's been at, they've always been driven on fear. It's all on fear. Like that. It's then he gets results, but he's just a nasty bastard, isn't he? It's just how it is. Like I know that he came in, he looked like someone's little old nan. Now he's lost a load of weight. Old chicken skin Steve, but he's still a nasty bastard, isn't he? That's just how it is. And the bottom line is winning games, getting results, getting promotions. Cool, but yeah, he's just a bit of a prick sometimes, isn't he? That's all.
I think he's from that. He's from that sort of era, isn't he? Because not many managers, like you look at Holloway, Evans, those sort of, like you've seen. I'm guessing you've seen him going absolutely insane. But yeah, it's like that. Like that's what I mean. Everyone used to think that, even when he was, like you said, when he was opposition manager against us, you think, oh, I can't stand Evans.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, it's one of them. Like you said, it's the Hutchinson. Yeah, I think he probably goes back there as well. Let us know in the comments what you think as well. Someone said James said nil on form tonight. Proper Gaffer, Taylor, and Calde were too nice. I agree, Neil, but now I like Evans, little old nan. Lol. Rather, good night, everyone. Saying rather Hutchinson goes. To be honest, he's done nothing in a Rovers shirt. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. In terms of players, I mean, I know we spoke about it, but again, I want to get your thoughts, because for me, 3 or 4. The striker is going to be interesting. There were a lot of people. It's just talk at the moment. It could happen, but there's a lot of people saying that I spoke to yesterday, thinking that we'll go and get Britain because of obviously they give him the contract so we can pay more money. But I personally think we'll get someone else. But yeah, I think you have to. I mean, you said it the other day actually. Nathan Thompson is. I think there's definitely one to watch there, because he was at Stevenage with Evans, and he's just recently left MK Dons. But again, he's got brilliant experience. He's a horrible player that can play midfield, right back, left back. But it's one where he actually done well for MK, and then he got injured. So I don't really want another player that's injury prone, to be honest. But if he was fit, I'd snap your hand off, because that's the sort of person we need.
That's sort of the level of player, or the caliber of player you expect Evans to sign. A recognised household name with experience that's achieved something in the game. Like that's that's the expectation of player that he planted the seed in everyone's mind when he started the transfer window, and he started it with like kids with hardly any games under their belt. So but like that's the type of play you expect Evans to go and get.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, people said Murray Patrick. I don't like. For me, I mean, if where we are, it's sort of hard. But if I was giving my opinion on Patrick, to be fair, whenever we've played against him, he's done well. Like Tranmere, he was very good. Carlisle away. Remember when he done Luca Hall like on the touchline for that goal when they won 1-0 in the playoff?
Is that when you went up there when you slept outside?
Yeah. When I done the homeless sleep out at the Mem, then went to Carlisle. Yeah. after like an hour and a half sleep next to Pat Gardner. Yeah, mental. Oh my god. But yeah. For me, I think we can. He's got an all right, but he's just been so many different teams. You go and look at all of his clubs he's been at. I would try and go for someone else personally, but who knows? I don't know if that's 100%. Who knows? LP saying 2 injury prone, that Thompson. Yeah, Crowley's a shout. I've seen the Dan Crowley. He's another one. He's had a lot of clubs, but for me, yeah, Crowley. If we're looking to sign if Hutchinson leaves and we're looking to sign an attacking midfielder, I would 100% go for Dan Crowley. Again, whenever we played against him, I remember that Morecambe game. He just signed for them and he absolutely tore us apart. And to be fair, Notts County, he was really, really good. He then went to MK when MK offered him the big bucks and done well there. But obviously now they're getting players like Collar and everyone else. It's even harder to get. Oh yeah, Dan Crowley's a shout. Dan Crowley is a shout, to be honest. There's a few, because for me, we talked about a versatile player. I said it with Gascast in a post earlier. I said I wouldn't go and get sort of one sort of. I wouldn't go and sign a right back and a left back. I'd go and get someone versatile. I still think we need a centre half, 100%. A starting centre half as well. A creative midfielder and obviously the striker. But what would you with the way our squad's currently looking? Obviously, I know we've played every different formation under the sun really under Evans. We've gone from a 3-4-1-2, 4-3-3, 4-3-1-2. What do you think we need in that squad?
Well, it all depends on what you're looking to do as far as a deal. Is it what do we need until we get to May, or what is it we need long term to sign to do what we want to do next season as far as making a dent in the league? Because it's such a horrible window to operate in.
Yeah,
you're very rarely going to get good value for money. You're going to be paying overs if you're going to go and put money on the table. You're going to be playing overs this late in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be really reserved about it now. Like, I'm not counting me chickens here, but this league is so bad.
Yeah.
That I think with what we've got in the building at the minute, if you can keep it relatively fit, it will have enough to stay up regardless. It should have a stay enough. Now, I'm all for making additions, but they've got to be cautious additions. You can't just go and blow a load of dough on someone and give them a 2.5 year deal because you're desperate to stay in the league and you need them in the door. And you can't navigate that deal unless you put money down because you can't get anyone on loan. You just got to be. You've got to be okay with saying no when a deal doesn't sit right this late in the day in January when other clubs know you're scrambling at the wrong end of the table and this is your last opportunity to do anything. So I'd always act on the side of caution if I'm Bristol Rovers where we sit now after Saturday. If I'm Newport or sort of Shrewsbury or anyone like that, I'd have to sit down and you'd have to do the maths and do an educated guess on whether it's a good gamble or not, because I don't think we need to roll the dice anymore. I've looked at this league long enough now, and I've looked at what we've got now. We've done a little bit of business this month to think we'll be okay. I'm not saying we're going to cruise it and it's going to be easy, but if we go down from this position with what we've brought in to the building and knowing that we've got goals on our side, we've fucked it up royally if we go down, I think.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, you saying about goals on our side. I mean, I know we obviously scored 3 yesterday and we scored 3 against Shrewsbury, but for most of this season, that's where we've struggled.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you have a goal scorer. You have one in the building.
You have a goal scorer.
He's there. He's ready to go. And if you deliver him chances and you utilise him properly, you have a goal scorer. You saw on Saturday, there's a lot of sides worse off than us as far as where they are in their sequence of how they present their patterns of play. Newport could still be out there now and not have created a chance. They're in a world of trouble. World of trouble.
100%. Yeah, right back biggest for me. Yeah, Claire said sick about hearing Hutchinson. Yeah, it's interesting for me. Like the goalies, for me personally, I would keep it as it is. I wouldn't go out. You know, you've got you could say about people have brought up Southwood's save percentage and stuff, but I don't think we need a keeper personally. I think we're okay.
Moved on, doesn't it? And you're left with one.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously in case something happens, but yeah, it's a bit of an interesting one. Yes, someone saying, Alfie saying Kevin Betcherman from Reading. Yeah, I'd bite your hand off for him, but I can't see us. I mean, he's got a lot of quality, but he's not a like a. I know we're obviously in a position to expect maybe sometimes my expectations, but surely if you want to go and get a striker, you want someone with a decent record. He's not really got an amazing record, but he is something else different to what we got, because we got Ellis, who's mainly a hold-up player, can win headers. Fab, who's small, nippy, given the service, he'll score. You got Mace Rikes. Again, we've seen highlights, but I can't tell you exactly what his best things are. But Kevin Abachaman is someone that's tall, good in the air, but also very quick and powerful, which I think we probably missed, to be fair.
Yeah, but you need to have a bit of realism and understanding where you are. You're a League Two side with 4 senior centre forwards in your squad. There's a lot that don't even have that.
Yeah.
So now you're chasing a 5th. Like you could.
I don't think Morton will stay here though. Morton won't be here.
You know what? At the end of this window.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be here at the end of the window.
So what? In the next day he leaves.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that's the case,
because he's out of contract, isn't he?
Yeah, and then it's a discussion of if he does leave and you do release him, because you can hold on to him now, can't you, until the very last minute, unless he gets another offer or something better comes along.
Yeah.
So Morton goes out the door, and then you're scrambling around at the last minute to either go and pay for someone on a elevated deal for, I don't know, say 2 years, or you scratch around for cover in a loan market at the last hour of the window where you're not going to get a goal scorer. Who's releasing a goal scorer at the last hour?
One. Yeah,
exactly.
No,
you're in a tricky market.
Yeah. Yes, it's definitely an interesting one. Improve the middle with de Havilland and Mola. Yeah, we'll get into that very shortly. Goal. Someone saying, Joe Jarrett, big up to you. Goalkeeper, covers for Sparks, centre mid, and one more striker. Ollie Pearce, York. He ain't gonna come to Rovers. I mean, gas are massive, but he's probably on very good dough at York, and he's got a chance to win the league. So, and then be in our league next year. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty. I did see. Yeah, big up to Alfie. Yeah, I did see Jeff Louis Britton's dad as well at the game yesterday after the game. He was saying that they were saying that Britain wants to leave. Yeah, interesting. Joe Jarrett, bring back Reindorf. Exactly. We can't have another. To be fair, Reindorf wasn't even that bad. Like, he didn't even get played. Like, when he played, he actually looked decent. But
if you want goals, he ain't your man.
No, yeah. If he ain't your goals, yeah, it's mental. But yeah, I think that's transfers and everything else discussed. Let's get into Newport. Like someone like LPP said, pumped gas. Yeah, I was confident. I was I was confident going into the game. We all predicted a win. Even Neil said we keep a clean sheet. But yeah, Newport, obviously I'll talk about them first quickly because like we all spoke about me, Josh, Neil the other night, everyone online. We was like, we had to win that game. And it's interesting. The reason why, I went for 3-0. Like I mentioned, we needed a really convincing win at home because 8 losses in a row at home. I think that's the first time, if I'm hearing it right yesterday, it's the first time we've won by a 3-goal margin, I believe, since Wigan at home. I believe when we beat them 4-1. So it's mad, really. We beat Newport back to back. First home clean sheet since the 23rd of August as well. That was in the 1-0 win against Cambridge. And I think it's only the third time we scored 3 goals as well this year. But it's mental. It's mental. But yeah, we had to win. But Newport, it's almost like Shrewsbury in a way. Because Newport, I was expecting, because they had 2 wins coming into this in their last 5 games. They beat Chesterfield at home and they beat Crewe at home. They kept a clean sheet against Crewe and they beat Chesterfield, who are, although they've been drawing a lot more games, like they're still a very really good side. But yeah, Newport, God, if I was a Newport fan yesterday, I'd have been fuming. But I will also give credit because we had this a lot last year in a similar predicament where we were in the league, in a similar predicament in the league. Obviously last year we were struggling, but remember the games that we were saying we coming on here every week, and me and Josh were like, oh, we must. Everyone was like, we must, and all those games we didn't turn up in. So I almost, it was either win or bust for me because, like I said yesterday, my reaction as well. If you can't beat Newport, you don't deserve to be in League Two. But yeah, we played well. Obviously, really scrappy first 10 minutes. But then once we started getting the ball down and, switching it. And what I liked about it yesterday, I think it helped when obviously the first goal went in. Wow. What a player. What a player. What a performance. Man of the match. The first goal, you knew as soon as he scored, it was a goal. Unbelievable strike. Second goal, brilliant ball from Alfie. Driscoll was dizzy trying to look for the ball, and then the touch is stupid outside of the left foot. And then Caven, who actually didn't have his, obviously he always works hard and stuff and always goes the extra mile, but in terms of technically on the ball, he didn't have his best game yesterday, but he got a goal. 10 league goals for Caven now. And yeah, overall, second half was comfy. I really wanted us to go and batter them properly, but I'll take a 3-0. Buzzing that we got the home win. But I'm sure, obviously, we'll talk about it in a minute. I'm going to enjoy it, but I don't want it to be like Shrewsbury where we go and win and we're all, excited, but then, we go and lose. We could easily lose because, Chesterfield and Walsall ain't going to be easy, but we really need to start making this Mem a tougher place to come for opposition teams, because it was actually nice taking the mick out of them sheep yesterday and winning a game. So, really happy, but we need to back it up. What did you make of that game? And also big up, I know I've already posted about it, but Mola in the midfield, MK Dons, he was brilliant along with de Havilland, and again Mola yesterday. It looks like a new signing. Like, honestly, you think if you come to that game for the first time yesterday, you'd think he'd be one of the, he'd been playing midfield for ages, but he was brilliant. But really happy. And finally a home win. Finally. What did you make of that game? And what did you make of? Obviously, I know a lot of people are comparing Camrich with a certain Geordie Maradona, but what did you make of his performance? Just the way he looked technically and always wanted to go forward. That's one thing I like about him. Always forward thinking.
Yeah, I think like if you're gonna take a Premier League, like a big hitter as well, Premier League academy boy who is an offensive player, predominantly obviously someone who plays along that front line, he is gonna be far superior and technically gifted than what you're used to seeing. The only thing that I always have a question mark with when you bring loan signings is because they've come from academy footballers, have they got their man strength yet? Can they deal with the the burly, uncompromising centre halves and fullbacks that will happily just put you on your backside and leave you dizzy when the ball's long gone? Like, can they adapt? And like, if you're going to do the comparison, like when Elliot came in, he had his man strength. He didn't struggle one bit. It was there.
Yeah.
But then you look at someone else, like I go back to someone like Coolkit, technically very gifted, but could get brushed off.
Yeah,
Could
very
easily
weak,
get
yeah.
brushed off. So
Yeah.
but this kid, yeah, he's got his man strength. He looks like he can cope. He can manipulate the ball. He can have bodies around him. But I don't think anyone should be shocked with how technically good he is. Regarding your footballing ability, you should be far superior than what you're playing up against. Because realistically, what he's gonna at 20, what he's gonna go and play on it till sort of 23. He's playing against pub teams, really, compared to what he's gonna be eventually. Like, if you're going to compare, like,
Yeah.
this League Two, Bristol Rovers v Newport, drop in the ocean. It's like playing on a Sunday for him, really, as far as technical ability.
Yeah,
And getting it down and just doing what he wants to do. It's all the nitty gritty and the other stuff off the ball and what he's got to deal with afterwards. Look, his performance was outstanding. He was fantastic. But I keep going back to a body of work. You don't want to be getting to the middle of March and say, where's he been since Newport? Has to keep turning up, this kid. Has to keep delivering. Has to keep doing the things that he was doing Saturday against better sides, against sides we're going to be the underdog in a game against. And he has to keep showing up. Like I've said about other personnel in attacking areas in our side, you can't just show up in one game and then go missing for 2 months. Because that's what will get you in a relegation fight.
That's what we've had most of the season, isn't it?
That's exactly what we've missed. Exactly that. And we've not had anyone in attacking areas that can deliver every single week, really. Aaron Collins, Anthony Evans, Elliot Anderson. And we've never had anyone you can hang your hat on and go, he'll deliver us something today. He will deliver. Whether we win the game or not, he'll deliver us something to be able to get a chance.
That moment, in it. The moment, exactly. That moment.
That, and he has to keep delivering that as on a consistent basis. I'm not saying every single week, but every other game he needs to be able to be the guy that you look at and go, he was on it today. He was on it today. And I don't expect anyone to be a 10 out of 10 every single week. But from the pedigree he is, where he's come from, and if you can put that solid foundation behind him to give him license to go and play, he has to deliver for us. Like, he has to go out and go to work and do the things he was doing Saturday near enough every week for us to get us to get us to safety.
The thing is though, I mean, yeah, that's fair enough, but also others need to step up as well.
Of course they do. Of course they do. But
we've not had this for most of the season.
But we're knocking around at the start of February now. You can't go and look at them players and go, you've got to turn up now, because they probably won't. You've seen them long enough to say. So now you're looking at this kid going, we need you. We need you to keep doing that.
Yeah.
That's where you are. Because remember the first League Two season, went back to it, because Luke Thomas was meant to be that guy. And he wasn't. He didn't show up. And then we went and got Evans, and he started to overtake him and think, right, we found someone now who can do that. And then Elliot turned up. He was like, right, Christ, we've got a side now. We've got a side now.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's the thing that it's something basic like that though that we've. I mean, I said it to everyone. I said it to Ben. I said it to other people that I spoke to after the game and stuff. Like, that's something that we've literally missed. I mean, to be fair. And I said it, like, and Shaq played well again in the number 10 role. He got an assist, but obviously he was injured for a lot. But he has, to be fair, he has done well since even there was a few games on the last bits of Clark he was doing well, but under Evans for the majority of it, obviously apart from the silly moment against Bromley,
Mm-hmm.
He's been very good, to be fair to him.
Okay, and I don't doubt that. I think he has been. He's been better. He has been better. But again, I go back to say we get to the summer, we get to the start of next season. Our intent is to put a dent in this division, and it all gets laid out that Shaq's going to get given the keys to the team. He is the guy that's going to sit in that role, and he is going to deliver chances and goals for us every week. Do you believe that he's got that in him? Because I've got real
Well, he's done it
concerns
before
over
we
him.
signed him.
I think, yeah, okay, but again, like someone mentioned about,
but that was only.
I don't know,
that was only.
Say you'll talk about another player, and but he hasn't done much for us in our shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know if Shaq's a goal threat. I don't know if he's an out and out goal
threat.
He's
more creator, isn't he? From what he's looked like for us, he's more of a. He does get into. Yeah.
The best in the division, when you're talking about the top end of the division, they weigh in with goals.
Well, Lisby.
Weigh in with create chances, great. Win fouls goals, at the top end of the pitch. Like talk about
many though, is there? There ain't
go
many.
Back to Aaron Collins. Wins fouls, wins penalties, scores goals.
I don't even. He's a disgrace, by the way.
Why is that his fault? Why is that his problem?
Well, it's not his fault, but
he's not a disgrace, then, is he? He's not a disgrace, is he?
That was awful. Ben showed me that yesterday. I was like, "Oh my god, wow!"
So you've given an official a decision to make. It's up to them to make it.
Yeah, that was crazy. I couldn't believe that. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, there's a lot of you, and over 100 of you again. Please hit the like button. The support, yeah, is class every single time. So I really do appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe if you're new. A lot of you that do watch it are not subscribed, so please do subscribe. And even though Josh isn't here, he should be back Thursday. Make sure you subscribe to Josh as well, Gas Fan TV. But yeah, keep getting in your comments, the like button as well. It does really help out. And obviously, if you're watching after, do like and subscribe and hype as well. Yeah, that is true though. It is true. But yeah, what's your? Because to be fair to him, I'm not saying it was just me, but me, you, and Josh were talking a lot of trying to almost back Mola up for a lot of. Don't get me wrong, like some games earlier on in the season, like Mola had poor games, but there was a spell, and I know you could say this, but me and Josh and you were saying, even when we were losing games, like Mola was actually playing well at the time, but Mola was getting scapegoated every single week. But credit to Evans. I know, obviously, I know he's talked about. I'm sure. I'm surprised other managers didn't see that he played midfield. But what do you make of? Because I said it earlier. It almost looks like I know it's early days, and he's not going to be amazing every week. No player is in League Two. But what do you make of the fact that he's gone into this midfield position? Because, like I said yesterday, he's good on the ball. But even when he was in defence, like as a centre back, he always wanted to come forward. Like he was never. Like, he obviously done very well the last two games. But what do you make of that switch from him to midfield? Because at the moment, if he can stay fit and, almost be consistent, it is like a new signing, isn't it, really? Because it looked like he was off. And now he looks like he's, Casamola, according to Ben. And obviously all of us, because he was been very good the last two games. What do you make of that?
Yeah, he has been very good in that area. I think if you're looking at it in hindsight, if you look at someone like Mola as a centre half, like I said it when we were struggling and he was getting pelters. The thing I find with him is he's too energetic and he's too busy to be a centre half. He's always
he's mad.
He's such a
he's mad.
Like, he reminds me of he's like a poor man's Rudiger. He's always busy, he's always active, he's always energetic. So like that role in the middle of the park in League Two suits him really, because he is a big athlete and he can get about and he wants to run and as a centre half, that's not really your game. But when you're struggling and you've got that sort of instinct to be busy and be athletic, you're going to run into bad areas. You're going to get attracted to the ball because you're enthusiastic about wanting to fix something or get to somewhere. And you're going to create gaps, create holes, and you're going to be erratic. And I think that's how he came across as a centre half. But now he's got a bit of license to be like that in the middle of the park and be a bit destructive and be leggy and get about. And it probably suits his like playing mentality.
I agree, because like you said, he almost seems like he just gets so excited. Like you said, it's
he's got
almost
too much. He's got too much infused, like without being a bit dumbing down centre half. He's got too much enthusiasm to be a centre half.
Yeah, it's a mad one, but yeah, if he keeps playing like that, or even if he's even just consistent, like you said, like it is a very hard like position. Like I mean, I've not played it nowhere near of a level like a professional, bloody hell, but it's a very tough position, but also it's a position where if you do the basics of football, then intercept, win the ball back, then it is that's what it is though, and it's all about consistency, especially not just him and not just that area, but it's all about now. Also, I know we're getting to Walsall like shortly, but and someone said it. Where's that comment of Phil, a settled midfield lineup? We need that. Especially the spine of the team, like we spoke about a lot. But hopefully now, obviously McEachran was on the bench. It's brilliant to see him back. We've missed him a lot. Content. That's what I mean. You've got options now. It'd be interesting to see. We'll get into lineup for Walsall shortly, but it will be interesting to see what it will be like, because I'm sure there will be a few changes, because I know you want to keep, but you need the spine to be settled at least. You can make some changes around that, but it'd be interesting to see what happens, because 3 games in a week.
I don't disagree at all, and 100% you're nailed on, you are right, but it's in League One and League Two and the Championship to some degree. It's difficult when you're turning around Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. Tough, because you're dealing with fatigue, you're dealing with injuries, you're dealing with suspensions. It's hard, and you've got to manage minutes in there. Like you'd love to say, right, these are my best 3 centre midfielders, these are my best centre halves, and these are my best centre forwards, and I'm going to play them every week.
Yeah,
it's a juggling act to get it right, because the turnaround is too demanding over a 40+ game season.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true. But it's annoying because you see it, if you're successful, that usually happens though. Like you look at most of the teams that are up there, pretty much a lot of their, players.
The key to all of that is
doing
their
well.
bench is stacked. Their bench is stacked.
But also
so take someone like MK. When a game's won on the hour, you can put people on ice.
Yeah.
Ready for Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, hopefully now with a couple of players coming back, hopefully now we can have that as well. But yeah, let's see. Like you said, it's all about, and like you said as well, if you're winning, the more you win, the less people you'll have, because like you said, a few of those players.
Everyone loves the medical table when you're losing.
Yeah. Vaughan saying Evans watched Mola play midfield at Chelsea in the academy. Yeah. Mola has showed Conte how to play his own position. Would you give Fab a rest? Yeah, it could easily, because Fab is probably running on fumes, to be fair, because the bloke never stops, and mostly he's playing 90 minutes, and the work he does is mad, to be fair. What do you think of Evans' comments about injured players hiding? Well, yeah, that's what Neil pretty much said, and you said it on the last pod as well, didn't you? Like you said, if you've got a winning team, players that could be back, within a week, will be available. You said exactly the same thing, didn't you? Yeah. So yeah, that's probably that as well. But yeah, let's get into Walsall, because I mean, I seen the other day, they drew with Chesterfield, but before that, their fans were going ape. They were fuming after the Crawley game, because Crawley battered them, should have won. It was 0-0, but there's been a thing like that, innit? Because obviously the last year they were top of the league for ages, had low up top, got recalled, second half of the season fell apart, bottled the playoffs, lost in the playoff final. This season they've pretty much been in the top 2 for most of it. They're now 7th. They're still doing, because of their form earlier on in the season, they're still in and around it. 14 wins in 28, drew 7, lost 7, 25 points ahead of us. But you can see why, because 2 wins in the last 9 in the league. I know they've lost more in the cup competitions, and 3 wins in the last 10. The last 5 league games, drew with Chesterfield 2-2. I mentioned the Crawley 0-0 game at home. Drew 0-0 with Accrington at home. So they were, watching 0-0s at home against them, you probably would feel a bit. But then beat Tranmere 3-1, but Tranmere have been doing poor and lost 2-0 to Cambridge. Apart from that, though, they have played some, they played MK during that sign, which they drew, I believe. They played Notts County, which they drew. They drew with Shrewsbury at home. So, that's one. But yeah, under Matt Sadler, they still got a good side. They've, funny enough, recently signed Chang on a permanent deal. Obviously, loaned to buy with us, didn't work out, and he's gone there on a permanent deal after leaving Birmingham. Lapata's gone there, but he went on in the squad the other day. But yeah, they still got a very good squad. You've got obviously Roberts in goal. Funny enough, who we had on loan, didn't play him. He's doing very well. Flint is always very good. Absolute gun of your favourite word, gun of a centre half. Patterson, who they signed from Bradford, the one that was at Harrogate, goal scoring midfielder. Harper, Clark, who they signed from non-leagues, having a good season. Jamil Matt is always a threat from, holding the ball up, set pieces. And Kanu, one of the best strikers in the league. We managed to actually keep him quiet in the previous game. As we know, the previous game was the first loss that started this horrendous run we went on, because what were we? 8 games unbeaten in all comps, 7 in the league. Just beat Salford, and we go to it. I remember everyone who was there at Walsall, and everyone was online at half-time. We're thinking, Christ, this is the best we've played. Game should have been out of sight. Like, we battered Walsall. We were brilliant, but it was only 1-0. Second half was like chalk and cheese. We looked like the best team to the worst team in the league. And then after that, obviously, we went, what was it? 10 defeats on the bounce, and it is all messed up. But what do you make of that? Because even though they've not won in 3, they have still got, they are still a strong team. They're not going to be, even though we won, they're not going to be like, obviously they're going to know, Rovers Tuesday night under the lights, whatever. But yeah, what do you make of going into that game? Another home game. We need to build on it, don't we? We need to build on it.
Yeah, they've got history for doing this though, Walsall, and they wobbled last season.
Yeah,
a bit later, a bit later than this, but they're
proper
wobbling.
wobble.
They're wobbling now, and they'll be coming on Tuesday, knowing that it's going to be a not very pleasant, hostile place to come and play football, and they're going to be wondering where their win's going to come from, because what they're good at doing, Walsall, is if they can't win, they won't get beat. That's what they've been good at doing of late, and good sides do that. Like, okay, we're wobbling, but we're picking up something.
Yeah.
So they'll probably know how to navigate and manage the game off the back of a side that've got a good win. They'll come in, they'll set up to go, okay, we'll have a look at them, but we know we've got a solid base, because they know how to navigate not getting beat.
Like, defensively they're very good.
So I don't think that they won't be fearful, but I expect they will be wary of what they're up against, because this will be personnel wise, it'll be a new look Bristol Rovers to what they used to play in. So they won't just assert themselves on the game immediately. They probably will have a look at us for 15-20 minutes before they start implementing the things that they think is the best way to go and navigate getting success in that game. So I wouldn't expect Walsall to really come out the blocks at us and ask us loads of direct questions at the top end of the pitch. They probably will look at us, how we set up, what our shape are, what our patterns are. They'll be really wary of a Camrich. So they know that they've got certain questions to answer and certain threats. So they probably won't go like bullet out a gun at us from kickoff. But what they will do probably is utilise Carney to stretch us and get up the pitch if they have to. That's what I mean, as far as what I talked about before. If they have to go direct as a policy, they'll go direct. And when I say direct, there'll be a purpose to doing it. You won't see that.
No, yeah. Won't see boom ball like people have mentioned.
No, you won't see
that
that.
we gladly didn't see. But that's what I mean, though. Even though people can say it's, some people might say it's only Newport, and Newport were terrible. But when we do get the ball down, we we actually look good, or people can say all right or whatever. But whenever we've seen it all season, whenever you just boom ball it, we look like the worst team in the world. But when we get it down, and there's actually a method, and there's runners off the ball and stuff, then we look good. We need to do the same. You cannot. Everyone knows what Walsall back. You got Burke, Weir, Aidan Flint. You cannot. You need to go there. I mean, we'll get into lineups in a minute, but you need to probably go with 2 up front again. You cannot go with Fab up front because you've got no chance otherwise. You've got Flint will eat that, and Burke and Weir, very, very, like you said, defensively, they're very good. I think it's 9 clean sheets. So, they're pretty good at that. And like you said, they don't usually concede many goals, but I think it's a big one. I think if we're going to get anything out of the game, we need to start well and go 1-0 up if we're going to get anything out of that game. Because like you said, if they go 1-0 up, they've got the quality and defence to just say like what other teams have done to us in Notts County, Gillingham, and whatever, Colchester. They've got that thing where they can go in a low block and be like, yeah, you try and cross it in and we'll just head it out. So yeah, we need to go 1-0 up 100% if we're going to get anything. Boom ball, great word. Play Fab with Rikes, saying LP. Yeah, let's get into what would you do with your lineup, especially with obviously we don't know of any knocks. Obviously there could be new players starting. It helps depending on if they're fit and if we sign them in time or whatever. I don't even know what the deadline is for if there's a game before. But yeah, what would be your lineup? As in the team we've currently got, what would you do?
Same goalkeeper, same back 4. I'd bring McCracken in to play with Conter. No, with Mola, sorry. I play McCracken in to play with Mola. This is my side, I play Hutchinson in front of that. And then I play the Dutch kiddie up front with...
Mace Rijks.
Yeah, with Caven and a Cameron either side of him.
Interesting. Ben saying Walsall was 17 points clear last season and bottled it. I know they didn't even go up. It was mental. Ellis won't start. He looked out on his feet. Yeah, agree. For me, I don't know, because centre-back wise, you can't really do much. I don't want to see Taylor Moore play again in a back 3. Defensively, you probably keep it the same. Goalie, the same as well. Wing backs, because it was interesting because it was a 3-4-1-2 on Saturday, but it was basically, instead of wing backs, because we were pinning Newport back, Camrich and Sparks were basically wingers. So, but I would do probably the same thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if it changes around, if it maybe senior instead. But I think you have to keep him there because Harper's a very attacking wing back. But if you've got a Camrich there, he'll be thinking otherwise. And then Sparks on the left, midfield. It's tough. I think you've got to play Mola there, but again, he looked out on his feet, to be fair, as well. He, obviously before that he wasn't playing too much. I'd probably go. It's tough, but I think you got to play Mola again. To be honest, if he's tired or if he's feeling it, halfway through, then just take him off and rest. But yeah, I'd start him again. Again, I'd probably start de Havilland again, but then I wouldn't be in against doing a 3 in midfield to match Walsall up because I don't want us to get overrun in midfield because they play a flat 3 basically. So I don't really want us to get overrun, but I probably would do that, to be honest. I wouldn't be against McEachran, Mola and de Havilland in midfield, and then a front two of Caven and Rykes probably. But it's hard because I don't want to bench forward. But like you said, you've got to manage minutes and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd probably go with that. Yeah, Josh. Josh has sent me his, but I don't want to get him up. I'll leave them after in the comments. I'll pin his predictions. But yeah, score prediction. Josh has gone for 2-1 Rovers. He's gone 2-1 Gas. Please let us know your predictions. Yeah, Cine over Bomber. That's the thing, though, isn't it? Bomber played centre half, so do you maybe go back to we go back to a back four? Who knows? Because we did play a 4-4-2 away to Walsall with Belongo left mid, and he absolutely cut their right back, and we were doing very well. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. You don't really know, like you said, with Walsall, they wouldn't have a clue because they'll look at the lineup Evans played at MK. They'll look at his Salford side, and they'll look at the side against Newport and think we don't have a clue. But yeah, let us know your predictions. Keep liking as well. We'll be finishing very shortly, but yeah, keep liking. Thanks to everyone again that has tuned in, and leave your score predictions down below. Yeah, Josh has gone for 2-1. Neil, do you think we can make it back-to-back wins since when was that? Since early September. Funny enough, Newport was one of the teams we beat in that back-to-back wins. Newport and Barrow was the last time we won back-to-back games. That was early September. Do you think we can do it, or do you think we might come back down to earth? What do you think?
I think it could go either way, to be honest.
It's tough, isn't it?
I've always said if the best opportunity for us to win a game, I think, is under the lights at home. That's our best opportunity to get a result. I've always said it. I just don't know. I don't know if we're a back-to-back side just yet, especially coming up against.
So I mean, we've not done it for 5 months, have we? Back-to-back.
Yeah. And I don't think this is a bad result at all. And I think it leads into the way Walsall operating at the minute. So 1-1.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'd definitely take a point. I want to win.
You get 5 points from this week, you've done all right. If you get 4 points from this week, you've done all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So who's your goal scorer, Caven?
Yeah.
What about for Walsall?
Flint.
Oh, fuck. Oh, of course you'd say that.
Dead ball.
Bloody Flint. I can't stand him, but he is a class player, to be fair. Right, let's get into some predictions. Good night, Irene. Another clean sheet. Back-to-back clean sheets. I think the last time we'd done that at home was, I want to say, Oldham on the Tuesday night. Then it was Cambridge at home when we beat them 1-0. That was the last time I think we kept clean sheets back-to-back at home, I believe. So, yeah, 2-0 Gas. Phil is going with 1-1. Big up to James, 3-0 Gas. Tom Butler, 1. What, God, if we could beat another, imagine that. It's about 3-0. Christ. Rovers would be back. Tom Butler, 1-1. Stephen Fuller, 2-1 Gas. The Dutch player, Mace Rijks and Fabrizio Caven. Bazatron has gone 2-0 Gas. Love that. Another clean sheet. That team Neil picked is bang on, saying Ben. What other predictions we got? LP 2-1 Rijks double. Oh, lovely. Flying Dutchman with a double. Robin van Rijks. That would be lovely for him to get a brace. Chris Collier 3-2 Gas. Rijks, Ford, and Youssef. Oh, that'd be lovely. Youssef Kane has gone 2-1 Gas. Alfie has going to go 2-2 Mola and Shaq Ford. Oi, Mola with a pinger. What are you saying? Limbs, that would be lovely. Kanu brace, sadly, but still a point. Yeah, a point would be brilliant. Like you said, if we can, obviously it'd be nice to be unbeaten, but if you can get at least 4 points, then yeah, that would be good. Big up to Lewis as well, always tuning in as well, saying 2-1 Gas. My score prediction, I almost want to go for a 1-1, but I want to predict just to win. I want to back it. Nice little 2-1. I'd love us to keep another clean sheet, but I can't see that. Yeah, Kanu and thing that worries me about Walsall is set pieces, because they got I know the midfield are pretty small, but the three centre halves and what's his name at top? What's his name? I got it on my notes. Jamil Matt. And he's always done well against us, that Jamil Matt. When he was at Forest Green, he was an absolute joke. But yeah, I'll go 2-1. Why not? I'll back it. I'll go probably where to score from a set piece for them. And for us, I'll go with Caven and I'll go with a Camrich and Reichs to score. Caven to get an assist though. What else? We'll get to more predictions and then we'll end it. But yeah, it's been another good one. Andy Robbins, 1-0 gas, bit cagey. Another clean sheet, that'd be nice. Ben on the fence, you're a shambles. 1-1. Gas, 5 points this week. I'll be happy. Yeah, definitely. Andrew saying, I think a Camrich will ride the confidence wave and score the first early. 2-0 gas. Pardon me. WJHC 2-0 gas. Yusuf and Fabrizio. That would be lovely again. Bruno 2-1 gas. Even to you, mate. Connor Hurcombe 1-0 gas. 91st minute. Alfie header from a corner, then celebrates in front of Flint. That would be lovely. Love a Tuesday night under the lights. Yeah, 9-point week. Can you imagine? We can pray. If there's a 9-point week, then gas are well and truly back. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, thanks to everyone for tuning in. Support again has been quality. Big up to Neil as always. Big up to Josh as well. Hopefully Josh is back on Thursday. I'm sure if we find time, there will be a Hemmings versus Hainer anyway before Walsall. We'll hopefully do one at some stage, either tomorrow, well, it has to be tomorrow, or early morning on Tuesday. But yeah, thanks to everyone watching in. Thanks to everyone that tuned in. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the sponsor, Adam Purnell, all in the description, Fan Hub, all that. And yeah, 3 points. It was nice to talk about 3 points out of gas.